Hello again. I have a question for you. What do you do when you have everything planned out and then plans suddenly change? Do you freak out? Do you calmly change your plans? A bit of both? Well, this is happening to me today. My daughter and her children are coming to visit for a few days because the kids are off school and they're small, and one of them is a newborn. I had my day planned out. I had everything I had to figure out. And it turns out she's going to be here a few hours earlier than I anticipated. So here's what I'm doing. What I've decided to do is eliminate certain things that didn't need to be done actually before she came. And I've also decided to, this is the plan that I had for my video anyway, I decided to just keep it a little bit shorter. And what I'm doing today is using a greeting card, which was a Valentine card from my husband, who still loves me after many decades, just to show you something a little bit different that you can do with glue, with the concept of a glue book, and that is making cards. So first I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to use my cutter rather than scissors, just to make sure I get a nice straight line. And you can use all the parts. Now this is how long? I need to measure this because I'm going to make kind of a mini card. So here's the concept. I'm just going to use half the card for now, and you can do both sides. So I'm going to do the back first because what I want to do to begin with, and this is basically almost a beginner course, you could say. I just grabbed this piece of paper and I'm measuring like this just so that I don't have to cut any extra off. And I'm just going to tear it. And here's an interesting thing about tearing. If you tear this way, then you see more of the white. If you tear this way, then it stays on the other piece. So it just depends what you want. So this is a kind of problem that we all face at some time or other, which is when plans go sideways. I've got a lot going on this week, or I could have. However, it's a matter of priorities, right? So my daughter hardly ever gets vacations, and she has a 2-month-old baby and 2 children in elementary school, well, in kindergarten and elementary school. So when she wants to come and visit, not only is it wonderful for me and my husband to have them all here because we love our family, but it's also a little bit of a logistical issue on a few different fronts. I have this tray full of ephemera pieces that I cut off old calendars. They don't all fit, but it's a start. And they're by different artists. So this is just a really simple. I do like this little one here. So I'm going to put it here first because it fits. So I have to make up beds, and I have to go grocery shopping because I kind of let things run down so that I can fit more things in the fridge. And little kids eat all the time, or at least these ones do. It's really funny, you know. It's like one thing I learned about having children, and if you've got children, you probably know this too, that how they are when they're little is how they are, or even how they are before they're born is how they are. So it's a process of getting to know this person who is your child. So my youngest daughter, I remember one time my kids went out to my parents' place on the farm, family farm, for a week or two, I forget. And my youngest daughter was probably 2. Yeah, I think she was maybe 2. So they wouldn't have been gone that long. And I told my mom, if you can get one good meal a day into this kid, you're doing well. Because she never eats very much at a time, which I found kind of disturbing until I kind of got used to it. And she liked to just nibble a little bit and then come back later, you know, and get a little more, and I never had a really big appetite. I'll get these out too. Can you see these? Yeah. I just got to check and see that my camera's picking up what I'm doing here. Let's get this little pile of stuff. So she was kind of a grazer right from the very beginning. Even when I was breastfeeding her, she was like, nibble a little, you know, have a little, have a nap, have a little, have a nap, that kind of thing. This one isn't cut very evenly, so I'm just going to trim it here. Anyway, to this day, she's still the same. Like, I always make 3 meals a day, and that's pretty much it. We don't snack very much. But she still just doesn't eat much at a meal. And I'm not saying like junk food snacks. She just eats little bits at a time. But the funny thing is, for me, is that she feeds her kids the same way. So it's like they're always eating. Because they have breakfast, and then they have snacks, and then they have lunch, and then they have snacks, and then they have snacks, and then they have supper, and then they have snacks. So when they come and visit, it's like the kitchen is always chaos because there's no time to really clean it up before the next snack attack. Anyway, my point, I guess, is that we are who we are, and everybody's so different that to impose a different way of life on somebody just might not work for them. Kind of gets lost in there, but I still like it. Now I want this here, but I want something else behind it. This will work. This is my means of measuring, and if it leaves holes, then I'll just have to deal with it. I'm going to use one of these pairs of scissors just for variety. It worked out almost perfectly. So I can cut this off, make it straight. My way of coping with today's time plans is to go, all right, there are certain things that can wait until she gets here. Like I have to put sheets on a bed, but I can do that when I get here, and when they get here, and I can probably, you know, get the kids to help even, because they're of an age where they're good little helpers and they like helping. And of course, anything at Grandma's house is new and different, kind of. Plus, I'm all for putting kids to work. Because if they don't learn how to work at home, they'll grow up to be kind of useless in the workforce. All right, that's going to go there. Should probably use different glue, but... So the bed making is going to wait till after, because the number one job is to film this video, believe it or not, because it's in my plan to do one a week. And once I have it done, you know, it doesn't really take me that long, because the video is only, you know, about a half hour long. But sometimes the editing, the time it takes to film it all is more like an hour and a half. Well, not quite, probably an hour, but the editing takes longer. Let's see, I've got a bunch of things here. No, I don't think I'll use those because I already used these flowers. These are kind of big. These are the bigger ones. The clock is nice. I think that one looks good there. I want to put this one in, but I want it to show a little bit more, so I want to put something behind it that will make it show a little bit more. And I have a bit of a tangle of things here. I wish this was just narrower. this is so fun. I have never done this before, actually. And the glue, the dampness of the glue will make the card curl like this, so you can see it's got a curve on it. But once you do the other side, it'll get rid of that. And what you can do then is make a whole set of them. Instead of doing a book, you can have just cards. And, you know, I guess if you wanted to, you could even make them into playing cards. Just get stickers, I guess. But wouldn't that be fun? I was at my daughter's place on the weekend because it was my birthday. And my other daughter and I and my granddaughter were playing Go Fish. It was fun to see her strategy. It's like, okay, do you have, this is letters and animals, right? Do you have a Z for zebra? Because she heard somebody else ask that, which indicates that they have a Z card. So yeah, it was really fun. But that's the kind of thing you could do with these, is make game cards of some kind. And wouldn't that be fun? Oh, I love that idea. I don't know if I'll do it, but I sure like the idea. You could even put numbers on it. Hold on. For example, I've got this book of stickers from the Paper Studio. I bought it at Hobby Lobby. So you could put numbers on them just randomly, and then some other kind of indicator, like this. There. Okay, now one other step I'm going to do. What color should I use? I've got Distress inks in this little assortment. Those are all kind of the brownie ones. I've also got the Vintage Photo and the blue and the pink. You know what? I think I'm going to do brown and pink. Here's my little collection. There's a brown one and a pink one. I hadn't really thought of doing different ones, like different colors before, but then why not? So I'm going to put pink along this side where you can really see the white. And then just a little bit stronger there. And then this one, I've got this darker brown, which is called Walnut Stain. I'm going to use it on the rest. Thing is with creative ideas is that the more creative stuff you do, the more ideas come. Like I was just going, okay, what'll I do this one about? I don't, you know, I get bored with doing the same thing over and over again, like you probably do too if you're creative, which I'm sure you are if you do this kind of thing. So you want to just change it up a little bit, right? So I got out a whole bunch of stuff here that turns out I'm not using, but I certainly could. I kind of feel like putting something right there. So let's see if I've got some little thing. Yes, this is perfect. So if I were going to make this into a playing card, this would be the 9 of Hearts. And if you wanted to play cards with them, it would make it even more challenging because you'd have to find them. So what you could do is just make this half as big and do them all, and you know, have something going on the background, whatever you like. And yeah, so how's that for a fun idea? I think I want something right in there too. So let's see, there's some word things in here. Cherish friends. They're all a little bit on the big side. Let's go with this yellow one that says smile every day. I'm going to overlap it here just so that it makes it clear that there is something there. Yeah, it's pretty hard to see, but anyway, it makes it curious enough that you want to go look at it, I guess. So there's our project for the day. I am kind of thrilled with this, actually. I think I'll make a bunch more of these. You could even make them in different sizes. Like, who cares? And then, you know, if you have a hand of cards, you could make them in this size. Why not? Collect stuff that you want to have to make things out of. That's my sort of tip of the day, is to start looking for things like magazines, old calendars, washi tape, stickers, used books in bookstores that you don't feel bad about cutting apart, like bird books and plant books, that sort of thing, and just start collecting things and cutting them out. I usually just cut them out when I'm watching TV in the evening or whenever. That part is just as relaxing as doing this. Please subscribe to my channel and click the little bell so you get the notifications when I have a new video. Please leave a comment and click the like button, because that makes a difference to the algorithm or people who like this kind of thing finding me. Tell me what you want, and then I can do more of that. And I'll see you next time.